All right, it's Bill here. I'm going to give you a very brief synopsis of the Buffalo Sabres game, and then I'm going to get into the Boston Bruins game tonight. You might want to stay tuned. I will go on a rant specific about Boston Bruins and their fans. But first, let me talk about the Buffalo Sabres game. 2-1 for the Leafs in overtime. I would have rather watched Aston Villa play Southampton on a Tuesday night. It was the most boring game. I'm assuming Aston Villa and Southampton are premier soccer teams that are at the bottom of the division. It was a horrible game to watch. The Leafs won 2-1, so we should give our hands a way to go team. But in terms of a fan, imagine paying money to watch that game. That was soccer. There was no effort. There was no desire. There was no one trying. It was just sloppy hockey. It was all on the outside, no one driving to the net. Someone told me Nylander had a good game. Are you kidding me? Buffalo Sabres game. It was, again, I'm going to keep it quick. Aston Villa against Southampton on a Tuesday night. Way better game. More exciting than the Leafs against the Sabres. I digress. I watched the game. I also watched the game a little bit late. I was at darts. I was kind of seeing the game in the background. I saw a whole bunch of fights. Didn't really know what was causing them, but I've watched the game now fully, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. Now, before we have everyone tell me that I'm blaming the refs and I'm blaming all this and that, I'm going to really spell it out for you. I am not going to blame anyone but the Toronto Maple Leafs for the loss tonight. Okay? I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to give you facts. But the reason why the Leafs lost tonight is pretty simple. Their best players did not show up. This is consistent for the Leafs. I'm an Austin Matthews fan. I'm going to call him out. Unlike other people that, I will call out when it needs to be called out. Austin Matthews was garbage tonight. He played he had 3 shots on net. Does not want to battle for his position, does not want to battle through what the Bruins throw at him. That's one of the reasons why the Leafs lost tonight. Mitch Marner scored a goal. It was a nice ballerina move at the blue line, so good for him. Nice shot. And then he forgot to shoot with the friggin' open net. But that's what dipsy doodling does for you. Mitch Marner was awful tonight. He had 3 shots on net. And a goal, I guess. William Nylander was absolutely atrocious tonight. He obviously, we'll get into it, but he dipsy-doodled, put no effort forth, disgusting display of hockey. Didn't show up. What a Nylander. He was -2 and had he had 2 shots on net. John Tavares, horrible. The cause of the 4th goal, but horrible. John Tavares can't skate. He can't compete with a team like the Boston Bruins. He doesn't have the ability, can't do it. He doesn't have the skill set. Now, those 4 sons of bitches that I just mentioned make nearly $50 million. And they didn't show up tonight. So before I go on my rant on the Boston Bruins, that's the reason why the Leafs lost tonight. I'm going to go on a rant. I'm going to scream at the Bruins. I'm going to make fun of every Bruins fan. I'm going to make fun of all their players. It's coming. But when I do that, I want people to understand I'm not blaming the refs, the cheap shots that Boston Bruins throw, the nonsense of laying on the ice like you're a little bitch. I'm not going to blame that for the loss. The loss squarely falls on the 4 best players, they're not the 4 best players, what they refer to as the core 4. That's the reason why the Leafs lost. Everyone got that? It's clear in your head? That's why they lost the game. Now I'm going to go at you, Boston Bruins fans. So I'm hoping you're watching. You probably won't watch because you're probably listening to whatever his name, the biased Jack, whatever, Edmund, who wishes Roman Polak death because he throws a hit. So Jack Edwards, whatever his name is. You talk with your clam chowder. You go ahead and do that, okay? You know it's a Boston game when this happens. Let's take a look at the beginning of this game. Louis DeBrusk dive. Well, I've never seen that before. Louis DeBrusk gets a stick up. Yes, it's a friggin' penalty. I'm not going to say it's not a penalty. But Jake DeBrusk acts like he's been axed. Like he's on the King Henry VIII chopping block. He goes down. Now, his dad is Louis DeBrusk. If I'm Louis, I'm making some questionable calls maybe to a paternity clinic. Because there's no way. I watched Louis DeBrusk play. Louis DeBrusk was a fighter. He hit everything that moved. He was a tough guy. There's no way Jake DeBrusk is related to this guy. Is it that possible to not get any genes from your dad and all from your mom? Like if I'm Louis, I'm going to like, how many times did that mailman make the deliveries to my house? Because that can't be my son. I played hockey tough. My son is a diver. He's been doing it for years. This is classic Boston Bruins fans. No, oh, Jake doesn't dive. Yeah, he does. That's what he does. Jake DeBrusk plays nothing like his father did. That's a fact. Go jump on YouTube and put Louis DeBrusk on there. Then go put on YouTube Jake DeBrusk. They're not the same person. I'm guessing it's the milkman's kid. My guess. Although I guess genetics, you can get a lot of, I imagine mom, I'm not going to say it. That would not be inappropriate. I'll probably get in trouble for it. Okay? But you got a Jake DeBrusk dive. That's what happened. Jake DeBrusk dive. He dove. So all you Boston Bruins fans, you tell me, Boston Bruins play a tough brand of hockey. That's BS. That's my initials. It's BS. That's what you're BS. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Boston Bruins fans. You might be shocked, but I cheered for you against the Vancouver Canucks. You want to know I cheered for you over the Vancouver Canucks? Because I hated the way the Vancouver Canucks played. Diving all over the ice, faking injuries. That's how Vancouver played. How do you think the Boston Bruins play right now? They're the Vancouver Canucks of 2010. They're the Montreal Canadiens. Remember the team you hate? They're the Montreal Canadiens of the 80s. You might as well call Jake DeBrusk Jake Stéphane Richer. That's who he is. He dives all over the place. Was it a penalty? Yes. But it wasn't a goddamn maiming like he added on. And then you got, now here's the thing. Oh, why did Jake McCabe cross-check Marchand? Oh, I wonder. Watch the goddamn play. Marchand speared him. Watch it. Marchand speared McCabe. Right after the play, accidentally did it. Just like he accidentally just took out Matthew Knies. He accidentally does a lot of stuff, like lick people's face. Marchand shouldn't be in this league. Marchand would not be in this league in the 80s. He would have been dummied. And then we'll talk about how tough Marchand is afterwards. But watch the play. Before McCabe cross-checks him, he spears him. You like that, Boston Bruins fans? You like that play of hockey? I don't. I hated Tucker. I hated Domi on the team. But you guys cheer for this nonsense. So if you think I'm lying, watch the play before it happens. The stick goes right into McCabe's gut right after he cross-checks DeBrusk. Does he cross-check Marchand? Yes. Did he deserve a penalty? Yes. He deserved a penalty. He deserved a penalty on DeBrusk. That should be 4 minutes and in the box. But somehow these refs make up a Matthew Knies roughing call. Now, Charlie McAvoy, of course, what he does is he gets behind a ref and throws a punch like this. Like, I'm a real tough guy. Here I go punching everyone. I'm Charlie McAvoy, tough guy. We'll talk about him later, too. But somehow Matthew Knies gets a roughing penalty for doing what? Tell me what he did. By the way, not blaming them for the game. But tell me what he did for the roughing call. Charlie Coyle does the exact same thing in the second period, gets 4 minutes. He deserved 4 minutes. McCabe deserved 4 minutes. Tell me why it was a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes. Why is it different? They did the exact same thing. Charlie Coyle cross-checked Bertuzzi in the face. It's the same thing that McCabe did, except Charlie Coyle got 4 minutes, and the Leafs get 2 minutes for Matthew Knies and 2 minutes for McCabe. It's the same effing play. Exhibit 1. Here's how you know you've watched another Boston Bruins game. Charlie McAvoy lays on the ice like a little girl and cries, and oh, I'm so hurt. Oh, I'm hurt. Oh. Lays on the ice and gets a whistle. Oh. We saw what happened to him. He doesn't have anything that would have caused him to be in an injury at that point. I've watched him play for a long time. I detest Charlie McAvoy, and I don't know as a Boston Bruins fan you like him. He lays on the ice. He gets his whistle. Good for you, Charlie. Oh, I'm so hurt. Oh, I'm so hurt. I gotta lay on the ice. Oh, is the ref, is the cameras on me? Oh, and then he skates off the ice. He's on next shift. Charlie McAvoy does it all the time. He does it in the playoffs. He does it all the time. Charlie McAvoy fakes an injury, gets a whistle, and then skates off. That's what he does every game. Sorry, Bruins fans. I've watched the games. You might like Charlie McAvoy. I detest him. And this is you know who he reminds me of? Oh, the guy you hated in Vancouver, Alex Burrows, who did the exact same thing Charlie McAvoy does. You hated Alex Burrows, but when Charlie McAvoy does it, he's a great player. Yeah, he's a great player. Really good player. Lies on the ice. And then when all of a sudden he's called to task, the Bruins do the same thing. They didn't do this in 2010 when they had Lucic and Chara and Bergeron, guys that I actually respected. You want to know why the Bruins haven't done anything since? It's because you got that team, guys. You know, the Leafs have a horrible playoff record. Check out the Bruins record since they won the Cup. It ain't pretty. Just so you know. How many times you want to lose in the first round too, eh? Ooh, did I say that out loud? So you've got that nonsense. Charlie McAvoy laying on the ice. Like he's been killed. And then all of a sudden the whistle blows and he gets up and he skates off the ice. Like he's fine. Oh, the whistle blew? We stopped the offensive zone pressure? Okay, I'll get up now. Classic. Now, we're going to talk about the Matthew Knies stuff. And I know what you Bruins fans are going to say. Oh, it was an incidental contact. Oh, yeah. If you think that way, you're an absolute moron. Watch the play. I've got it. I can record it, but then they give me trouble on YouTube. Marchand is not a stupid person. He's a cheap shot artist. He's been doing it forever. He saw Knies. What Knies didn't do, and Knies made a mistake, he should have realized that Marchand's on the ice. Marchand's going to clean your clock if you give him an opportunity. And Knies gave him the opportunity. He's a young rookie. He doesn't know who he's on the ice with. He doesn't understand he's on the ice with a cheap shot artist. Guy who licks faces. You should be proud of that too, right? He licked a couple faces. That's awesome, Bruins fans. That's cool stuff. Yeah. But he scores. He's such a good player. Yeah, great. He wouldn't be in the league in the 80s because he'd have been dealt with. And I'm still waiting for Reeves to deal with him. And then actually, after that spear, who did Marchand go after? Did he go after McCabe, who cross-checked him in the face? No, he went after Mitch Marner. Oh, what a tough Marchand. That is tough. That is tough. You should be proud of yourself, buddy. Go after Mitchie. Mitchie wasn't even at no point did Mitch Marner join that. But Marchand gets all upset. He finds the ref and he starts yelling at Mitch. I got you, Mitch. Yeah. Tough, bud. That's Bruin tough hockey, eh? That's what that is. That's tough hockey. It's a goddamn. I don't know how you. You're talking to a guy who disliked Darcy Tucker, who disliked Ty Domi. How do you cheer for that nonsense? And of course, he cheap shots Matthew Knies. And you Bruins fans can go on your little, he didn't mean to do it and all that. Just listen to real hockey players like Jeff O'Neill. Just listen to players that played the game. He knew what he was doing. He meant to run into him. That's what he does. He does it all the time. And he gets away with it because the NHL protects rats like him. They protect him. They never force them to answer the bell on anything that they ever do. Marchand saw him coming. And by the way, if you're going to come out of the zone, why did he do a real tight turn? Watch the play. Why did he do a tight turn? And he didn't elbow him. Someone said he elbowed him. He didn't elbow him. I'll give him that. But he jumped into him. So if I just saw you at the last second, I'd probably go, whoa. Nah, he saw him coming, lowered the boom, and then skated off like, I didn't even see him. Yeah, bull. BS. I've got initials. BS. Anyone who believes that Marchand didn't do that on purpose, seriously, there's glue you can sniff. I got some land in Florida that I can give to you if you're that stupid and naive. And no one's going to do nothing. Don't worry, Bruins fans. You don't get suspensions. You don't get anything for cheap shot hits like that. That's going to put Matthew Knies out probably for the rest of the year. You don't get any of that. You don't get that. Don't worry about it. You're Bruins. You get away with all that nonsense. You're the Montreal Canadiens of the 80s. You're the Vancouver Canucks. You're the Alex Burrows of the 2010s. That's your team now. The team that you used to hate, Montreal Canadiens, Vancouver Canucks, you are that team. That's exactly how you play the game. Do you notice that I didn't go at Charlie Coyle? You notice I didn't go at him? What Charlie Coyle did to Bertuzzi, I got no problem with it. It's fine. I thought Charlie Coyle played a great game. He played the game physically. So again, I'm going at the Bruins, but Charlie Coyle played the game all right. But you got this piece of garbage. Like Marchand and DeBrusk. It's garbage. And McAvoy. These are garbage, disgusting. They might be talented players, but they play the game wrong. They dive, they fake injuries, they throw cheap shots, and don't get held accountable. So what happens later in the game? It's 4-1. Okay, let's get into the goals, actually. Second goal, William Nylander giving that puck away at the blue line. That led to the second goal. Now, Wall maybe should have had it. Wall was waiting for the deke. He got caught with a quick shot. It happens. It's 2-0. That play, if I was the coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, William Nylander would have never seen another shift in that game, and I wouldn't stop punching him when he got to the bench. That is a leader on our team, a guy who's about to make $11.5 million, doing the dipsy doodle at the blue line. How many times have I been on videos yipping and yapping about giving the puck away at the goddamn other team's blue line? And this guy blatantly does it with the last man back. And was he held accountable? Never held accountable. So Sheldon Keefe, go F yourself. Sit him. I don't care what game it is. Sit him. He should be sitting in the press box next game. That is inexcusable. This is the mistakes that always the Leafs do. They get away with it. The coach says something in the press, yips and yaps in the press, and doesn't hold them accountable. William Nylander, that was the most disgusting play of that game. That's unforgivable. That should never happen. Ever. The first goal is a fake 5-on-3 power play called by a ref that I don't... If you can tell... Bruins fans will probably tell me how Matthew Knies roughed him up. Yeah, he grabbed onto a guy that was... was it Louis? Jake. Jacqueline DeBrusk. Jumping in. I guess he threw a punch, but that's not roughing. But Matthew Knies just grabbing the guy as he's about to punch Jake McCabe. I guess that was the roughing call, right? Should have been 4 minutes, just like Charlie Coyle's 4 minutes. And that's what led to the first goal. The third goal, John Tavares high-sticked the guy, and the guy did the wah, like the Montreal Canadiens used to do. Where's Claude Lemieux when you need him? Claude Lemieux, Brad Marchand, what's the difference? Bruins fans, what's the difference? Claude Lemieux, Brad Marchand, tell me the difference. Oh, I know the difference. Claude Lemieux actually stood up and fought once in a while. That's the difference. And you get into the third goal is another power play goal, just like the Montreal Canadiens of the 80s, just like the Vancouver Canucks of the 2010s. Get your power play, score the goals. That's what you do, right? You Bruins fans that used to hate those teams, yeah, that's what you do, right? Sounds familiar. Sounds like you might want to look in the mirror. You are the Canucks. That's why you're never going to win. You are the Canadiens. The Canadiens won. You ain't going to win, though. And then you've got Domi going over to Marchand. Of course, Marchand's not dropping the gloves. Why would he drop the gloves? He's too tough. If it was Mitch Marner, I guarantee Marchand would have dropped the gloves. But he saw Domi and he went, I can't take on Domi. Oh, should I be held responsible for cheap shotting Matthew Knies and spearing Jake McCabe? Nah. Someone's going to try to hold me to account? I'll just leave my gloves on. And I'll just take the hit. And then I'll have my policeman, Charlie Coyle, come in and take care of it. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks for sticking up for me, buddy. And I'm a little idiot in the NHL, and the NHL protects me, so I'll just not drop my gloves and I'll skate away. Yeah, that's awesome, Brad Marchand. That's awesome. You're no respect, bud. None. You're Claude Lemieux, except you don't fight. Even Claude Lemieux fought once in a while. So Domi goes at you, wants to fight, but you're not going to fight. But when if Mitch Marner was there, I would have gone at him. I would have got behind a ref and started yelling at Mitch Marner, because that's what he did. If you don't believe me, watch the goddamn replay. That's what he did. And then you got Charlie McAvoy with Domi throwing the slashes at each other. And the minute Domi goes, hey, I don't like to be slashed, and you're slashing me, I'm going to slash you back, and then I'm going to fight you. And did Charlie McAvoy drop his gloves? No, because that's not what the Bruins do. The Bruins are, there's a term for it. I can't say it, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. That's what you are. You should put some tutu and some leotards on. You're never held accountable. The league protects these cheap shot artists, and you get away with it. So, good job, guys. At the end of the day, I can sit here and scream and yell all I want. The Bruins get away with it every single time. No one's held them to accountable. Is it the Bruins' fault? Is it Brad Marchand's fault? He gets to get away with it because the NHL protects him. So good. Awesome. But if you're a Bruins fan, you're talking to a guy who hated Tucker and Domi. You want to know why I hated them? They actually fought, so that they're different than Marchand and McAvoy. But I hated the nonsense. I hated the cheap shot that Domi threw. And I know all you Bruins fans are going to tell me that Marchand had nothing to do with Nye's hit. And you're absolutely wrong, but you're going to see it through your little rose-colored eyes. Fantastic. Anyways, it is what it is. The top four did not show up. That is the key to the game. Even with all the little rant I just went on. The rant is just to satisfy my desire of hating what the Bruins have become. And by the way, I did cheer for your team in 2010, 2011 against Vancouver. I can't believe I did, but I did cheer for the team. You want to know why? Because I respect Bergeron, I respect Chara, I respected Nathan Horton, I respected a lot of those players. I thought they were great players. This team that you got here, the lick in the face kind of stuff, I don't like it. Anyways, I'm done. Whatever. Doesn't matter what I think at the end of the day. They play the Montreal Canadiens in Montreal on Saturday. We all know as Leaf fans what that means. That means I'm probably going to come at you with another rant on Saturday. Cheers.